All right, we are joined by Lauren Milliet. That was really loud on my computer. We are joined by Lauren Milliet here. Lauren, if you could just start us off with your thoughts on this matchup, how things are going, and then obviously the matchup with Portland, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, I think Portland's always a fun matchup, especially when we're away. So at Portland, obviously the crowd plays a huge role for them. And it's a really fun stadium to play at. So I think we're really excited for that opportunity, obviously. And I think, we just continue to grow each game. And I think we can take a lot of positives from Houston, obviously getting a lot of chances. So I think for us is just finishing those chances is definitely a big one for us this coming game.
Questions for Lo. Caitlin, go ahead.
Hi, Lo. So what about Portland sticks out to you the most? Like, how do you guys prepare to play them?
Yeah, I mean, Portland historically and in this season as well has been, they're such a great team. And I think that they obviously have a very good front line. So I think limiting their chances in transition, obviously limiting Sophia Smith's chances in transition, but also playing our style and our game. I think that oftentimes um you adapt to the other team, but I think this year especially we really want to bring our game to each team, and I think that that's something that we've really talked about is like implementing our style and our game on teams rather than it being the opposite way around. So I think even though we're at Portland and it's a big crowd and they are a formidable opponent, I think just making sure we play our game and we still stay true to ourselves regardless of where we're at.
Thanks.
Michael, go ahead.
So if I recall correctly, I don't think Racing's ever taken a point from Portland in Portland. So is a point a good result on the road there, or since I don't think they have any points this season. I think they've had a couple losses. Are you looking to try to get all 3 points out there this time?
Yeah, I mean, I think any game we're going into, obviously we want to win. So we're looking for 3 points regardless. I don't think we'll be happy to settle for a point. I think we want all 3 points. And I think again, that's just I think a lot of that is so dependent on, bringing our style of play into the game. And again, limiting those chances in transition, limiting their midfield on the ball. So I think that especially with the way we press, and I think that'll definitely give us a good chance of that.
Portland's kind of a unique road trip. Takes a while to get there. How was the trip this time?
Yeah, no, I think you can always use that as an excuse, right? And I think sometimes it's easy to do that, to be like, oh, it's a really long travel trip. You're obviously it's 3 hours. Is it behind? I never know. It's
3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours behind. Sometimes I'm like, do we lose a gain? Anyways, I think that it's easy to say those things. So I think travel for us actually went pretty smooth. I think typically it can not go that way, but I think that those are always just easy ways to say that those are hard or whatever. But I think regardless, you just have to come and you have to perform here.
And you actually got subbed the other day. You didn't get subbed at all last year. How did that feel? Getting I don't know, maybe like the last 10 minutes of extra time off.
Oh no, it was good. It was good to see Aaron's debut as well. So that was cool for the club. And great for Aaron as well. And then obviously, we had a couple of really good chances late on. So I've never gotten up and out of my seat as many times as that. So I think it's yeah, it was good. I was enjoying the show for sure.
Caitlin, go ahead.
Yeah, earlier you kind of alluded to racing to you guys playing your style of play. And do you feel like that the team's identity, it's becoming clearer and clearer with each game, even if you haven't necessarily gotten the results that you would have wanted?
Yeah, for sure. And I think with each, obviously with a new staff, right, and just new players coming in, I think it always is going to take a bit of time to gel. And I think we've done a good job of each game, kind of growing into ourselves. But I do think this style is unique to racing. I think in the past it hasn't quite been this way in this style. And I think we've brought in players, and each week we're forming new connections with each other. So I think the more that we play, the more you'll like start to see this really unique style of possession and just really fun creative players in the attacking third. I think that obviously the season's very long, but the quicker that you can do that, the better off you'll be longevity wise. So I think it's really fun to continue to grow into those roles, and Ben and the staff are doing a really good job of that.
Can you speak to your impressions of Alexa so far, playing ahead of you and what you've seen from her in her first 2 games with us?
Yeah, I mean, what a debut, right? Chipping the keeper bold, paid off. It was insane. I was screaming from like halfway that it was going to go in. So I think, but that's the cool part about this team is there's so many creative players, and even in small sided, she's so hard to get off the ball. Very good in possession, and I think we have a lot of players that have really unique qualities that really elevate the team this year. And so I think, yeah, she's definitely someone who's been fun to watch and fun to play with, fun to combine with. So yeah, I've really enjoyed watching her play and continuing to see what she does for the group.
Any other questions for Lauren? All right.
Woohoo! Thanks, guys.